Hello students, welcome back to my class. This is Pooja Garg, your mathematics teacher, and today I am going to continue with the chapter number 2, polynomials for class 10. But you should remember that it's okay to not know, but it's not okay not to try. It means you just keep on trying, don't give up, keep on practicing and learn through my videos. Do like and subscribe my channel and press bell icon so that you will get all the notification of upcoming videos. And in today's lecture number 3 I am going to discuss topic relation between zeros and coefficients of polynomial. So let's begin with few recap points. As we know, geometrically the number of zeros in a quadratic polynomial is at most 2, in a cubic polynomial at most 3. So in general we can say that degree polynomial n has at most n zeros. So
students, today's topic is new for you, but it is very important as well as interesting. So I'll start with this relation between the zeros and coefficients of a linear polynomial. So have a look. So under this, as I'm talking about a linear polynomial, so we have already discussed what is the standard form of linear polynomial. Yes, it is ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0, right? So this is a standard form of linear equation. Now here I need to find the relationship between zeros and their coefficients. Now how many zeros do we have? Yes, 1, because we already discussed that linear polynomial have only 1 zero as it based on the degrees, but graphically when we'll do, it has at most 1 zeros. So here now in this what we'll do, suppose here I have a polynomial ax plus b type. So if I want to find the zero, so what we'll do? Yes, we'll equate them with 0. So it means if I equate this polynomial with 0, what do I get the value of x? Yes, it will be minus b upon a. So here what we'll do, here also as we have zeros, so what we'll do in this case, we let them as alpha, beta and gamma. But here I am talking about linear polynomial, so I have only 1 0. So let it be as alpha. Right? Now what is the relation? Alpha is equals to minus b upon a. And what is b here? Means a constant term. And what is a? A is a coefficient of x. And you can see this is a meaningful because a is not 0. Right? So it cannot be not defined. It has a meaning. Right? Now in this we'll take one example. And I'll verify it why this relationship is valid or not. Suppose this is a linear polynomial, right? So if I want to find the zero, so what do I do? So I'll equate this polynomial with 0. It means 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. So when I find the value of x, what do I get? 10 upon 2, that is 5. Let it be as alpha. So already we discussed right now what is the relation between zeros and coefficients. So yes, alpha is equals to minus b upon a. So let's check now in other way. Right now, so I have calculated by equating this polynomial as 0. Now see, according to that relationship, so here you can see, as we know that alpha is equals to minus b upon a. So let us equate now from this. Compare it with ax plus b. Now what is the value of a here? It is 2 and the value of b is minus 10, because here I have positive sign, so I need to consider sign. So it means the value of a is 2 and the value of b is minus 10. So let's put the values minus as it is. In place of b I will put minus 10 divided by, in place of a I will put 2. So what do we get? Minus minus plus, that is 10 by 2, which is equals to 5. So in this case also you can observe, here also I am getting alpha is 5 and in this case also I am getting it as 5. Means it verifies. So you have to remember that whenever we are talking about a linear polynomial, then the relationship between the zeros and coefficients is alpha is equals to minus b upon a, where b is a constant term and a is a coefficient of x. Now after this I'll discuss for a quadratic polynomials. Now students, second is quadratic polynomials. Under quadratic polynomials, what is a standard form? That is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0, and we can read in this way also, where a is a coefficient of x square, b is a coefficient of x, and c is a constant term. Now we know that there are two zeros of a quadratic polynomial, so let them as alpha and beta. These are the symbols for the zeros, that is alpha and beta. Now see the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So here we have the sum of the zeros and the product of zeros. So the very first one is sum of the zeros, and sum of the zeros is equals to minus b upon a, where b is coefficient of x and here a is coefficient of x square when we are comparing it. Same way, alpha into beta means product of zeros as c upon a. C means constant term here, and a is again a coefficient of x square. Now let us see through example how we can verify this relationship between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomials. So have a look. So here I am taking one example, a polynomial, that is x square minus 2x minus 3. It's a quadratic polynomial and it is in standard form as well. So as we have already done in previous class, that how to find the factors of this quadratic. Yes, by using splitting middle term we can find out the factors. So let us start. X square, I need to split this middle term so that the sum I will get it as minus 2, but the product I will get it as minus 3x square. So let us split this term. So now you can observe plus minus minus, that is minus 2x, and when we find the product I will get it as minus 3x square. Right? Now take the common from first two and last two. Here x is common, x minus 3. 1 is common, x minus 3. So it means x plus 1 and x minus 3 are the two factors. But I need to find what? I need to find zeros. For finding zeros, what do? I'll equate this with 0. It means either x plus 1 is 0 or x minus 3 is 0. This implies that the x is minus 1, or here I'll get it as 3 when I shift it. So it means I got two zeros, that is minus 1 and 3. Let it be as alpha and beta. Okay, now I got the zeros as alpha and beta as minus 1 and 3. Now let us verify that relationship. So for relationship, what we have, the very first one is sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros is minus b upon a. So let's start. Alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros is minus b upon a. So now if I consider this polynomial, what is a? A is 1, coefficient of x square. B is coefficient of x, that is minus 2, and C is a constant term, that is minus 3. Now put the values there. So here minus, what is B? It is minus 2. Minus 2 upon A. What is A? 1. So when I solve this, I'll get it as 2. Now on other hand, alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta means I am taking these as a values of alpha and beta, that is minus 1 plus 3. Means minus 1 plus 3. Again, what do I get? It's 2. So in both the cases I am getting it as 2. So it means hence verified. We are verifying the relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic. It means verified. Now in the same manner I can verify for the product of zeros. Now let's see. Alpha into beta, and you know what is alpha beta right now we discussed? Yes, it is C upon A. C upon A means, what is C here? A constant term. C means minus 3 upon 1, that is minus 3. Now C on other hand, alpha into beta is what? Minus 1 into 3. So again I am getting it as minus 3. So you can observe in this case also, in both I am getting it as same, that is minus 3. So hence verified. So it means in this way we can verify for the quadratic polynomials. Now we have one more equation. Actually, whenever we need to find a polynomial, quadratic polynomial whose zeros are alpha and beta, so we can directly find it out by using this equation. So have a look how we will find that equation. So if you are observing, first of all, this steps, I am getting it as 0. It means what? X plus 1 is 0 or x minus 3 is 0. Then reverse step, it means x plus 1 and x minus 1 is equals to 0. So just keep these steps in reverse way in your mind. Now see how we will get that particular equation when alpha and beta are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. So let alpha and beta are 0. So what will we do? What will do? Either x is alpha or it will be beta. Means what? X minus alpha is equals to 0 or x minus beta is equals to 0. Means what? X minus alpha into x minus beta is equals to 0. Now can we equate this? Yes, we can multiply these polynomials, right? So here x into x square, x into minus beta, that is minus x beta. Same way this you will multiply with this bracket, that is x into alpha plus alpha beta. Now you can take common from these two. First of all, minus is common. Another thing is x is common, and what is left? B, beta. And here already I took minus sign as common, so I'll get it as here plus sign. Plus alpha beta. Or can I replace this by alpha plus beta? Because we know in addition commutative property holds. So finally what will get it as? It is x square minus alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta means sum of the zeros into x plus alpha into beta, that is product of zeros. So means students, now the third one is cubic polynomial. So now let us discuss first of all standard form of cubic polynomial, that is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0. Again you can see a is now coefficient of x cube, b is a coefficient of x square, c is a coefficient of x, and d is a constant term. So please remember all these standard forms so that you can easily identify the coefficients of x cube, x square, and constant terms. So here now the number of zeros, as it is a cubic polynomial, means degree 3. So it means number of zeros are 3 here. So let it be as alpha, beta. Now I am including one more, that is gamma. Now see the relationship between these zeros and coefficients. The very first, now we have three relationship between them. That the very first one is alpha plus beta plus gamma, means sum of the zeros, that is equals to minus b upon a. Minus b upon a means minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. So next relation is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, means the sum of the product of two consecutive zeros. So it is c upon a. C upon a means coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. And the last relationship here, that is alpha, beta, gamma, means the product of zeros, that is minus d upon a, that is minus into constant term divided by the coefficient of x cube. Again you can see these all three are meaningful because a is not equals to 0. So here you can observe in simple way also, like alternative we are taking the sign negative, positive, negative. So here again I am repeating, sum of the zeros is minus b upon a. Sum of the product of two consecutive zeros is c upon a. And the third one is product of zeros as minus d upon a. Now for this also we have an equation. Let suppose I need to write a cubic polynomial whose alpha, beta, and gamma are the zeros. Then we can write in this form as well. So look at here. So now in this case I have three zeros, alpha, beta, gamma, that is alpha minus beta, x minus alpha, x minus beta and x minus gamma is equals to 0 be the three factors of that particular polynomial, right? So when we calculate these all three, when we multiply all these polynomials, at last we will get it as x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x minus alpha beta gamma. So here what you are observing, x cube minus sum of the zeros into x square plus sum of the product of two consecutive zeros into x minus product of zeros. So at last means we can directly put the values of alpha beta gamma in this polynomial. So here in this manner we can write a linear polynomial, quadratic and a cubic polynomial when alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of these polynomial. So in similar manner you can take one example, you can try it by your own. So students, today's lecture I am going to conclude with this table. Just have a look one more time so that you will understand, because in next video we are going to discuss the questions based on this topic. So here the type of polynomial, second standard form, number of zeros, and here I will take relationship between zeros and coefficients. Now the very first one is linear. So it is ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0. How many zeros? 1. And the relation is alpha is equals to minus b upon a. Second is quadratic, that is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0 and number of zeros are 2, and the relation between them is sum of the zeros as alpha plus beta minus b upon a and product of zeros as c upon a. Third is cubic, that is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0 and number of zeros are 3 and the relation are alpha plus beta plus gamma, means sum of the zeros as minus b upon a, sum of the product of two consecutive zeros as c upon a, product of zeros as minus d upon a, where alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros or the roots of the given polynomial. So I hope you will understand this concept, and please keep on practicing and watch again and again so that you will understand the concept related to zeros and the relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomials.
Students, kindly check PDF of notes of chapter number 2 polynomials attached in description box of each video on YouTube channel. Thank you.